Hello and welcome to day 11 of Diary of a Dramatic Renegade. Desperate Renegade. That's a different show entirely. I'm here, behind the scenes, just about to continue my show for Xpress Radio to a screen near you.
Yeah, we got 15 seconds.
We got my friend Fion here.
Hello, guys.
And we're about to start now.
Oh. Here we go. We've got 10. We've got 10 seconds.
Oh. Okay, a bit longer.
Oh, we got 20, it's fine.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so this is Fion.
It was weird. Hi.
Hello. Are you in screen? I can't quite see the screen. Yay! So yeah, we do a show on a week.
Yeah,
week.
to a screen near you.
There's a word. To a screen near weekly. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, right, we've got 5 seconds.
Right, we're going to be on now.
And that was the Wombats with Greek Tragedy. That was quite a cool song, wasn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It was a bit out of keeping with our To a Screen
Yeah,
Near You.
well, I'm just unprepared on the nerdiness today.
Same. Well, I have a double edition again. Sorry, I'm obsessed with the fact I have a double edition.
Yeah, we need to sort of segment our show up a bit more.
Do we? I like our crazy haphazard.
So do I, in a sense. Like, we've got some good segments going on, but we need to sort of set them up a bit more.
Probably.
Like, play a bit more music. Well...
No.
Like, prepare a few nerdy
tracks
to... Yeah, and before that, of course, was the Avengers soundtrack.
Which was amazing. Okay, I know that we were going to go to top 10s, but before we do top 10s, very quickly, I forgot one more thing.
Yeah.
Literally today, and that's why I've forgotten it, and also because it's really boring, I saw the Fantastic Four soundtrack. The Fantastic Four trailer.
Oh, yeah, I've heard all the...
It was okay. It was...
I've never been a fan of Fantastic Four, honestly.
I wish... it's...
Is it still the same cast?
No, different cast. They've recast the whole thing.
Oh.
But the trailer was just so profound. It's like, you have a destiny. Again, it's you have a great destiny. And the world is changing, and soon we will learn all the secrets of the universe. And it's like...
I'm going to miss John Griffith. And who else is in it?
I don't know.
Is it Jessica?
Oh, Jessica Alba.
Yeah, Alba.
I'm...
And there's someone else in... Oh, obviously there's someone else in it.
Chris Evans.
Oh, yes. I forget about that.
You forget about that, Captain America, man.
Well, no, I don't forget about Chris Evans. How could you? But
they weren't good. Neither of them were particularly good films.
Oh, gosh, yeah, there's 2.
Yeah.
Oh, dear me.
And have you heard the news about Doctor Doom, who's the main villain of the event? In Fantastic Four, he's going to play... He's not going to be the Doctor Doom who is the scientist and ruler of Latveria, which he is in the comics.
And what's he going to be?
A blogger.
Oh, bringing it into the 21st century, huh?
Yep.
Blogger. Oh, yeah, that's really trying... How's that going to work?
I don't know.
Is it going to work?
It's not going to work. It's going to be a hilarious collapse. Just basically watching this whole thing.
It's just kind of forcing it into this new modern perspective, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit. It's really trying hard. It's basically they're making the film to keep the
franchise alive.
Not the franchise alive, but to keep the rights, because the rights go back to Marvel after a certain amount of time. Oh. So if they make a film, even if it's a rubbish film, it'll.
Well, that's interesting. I did not know that.
Yeah. Well, now you do.
Do we know who's cast?
I did, but I've forgotten, and I care even less.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I'm sorry, it's just, like, of all the most amazing films coming out, the Batman, Superman, and the DC stuff, and the Avengers, and it's like...
You just rather not think about
I just don't care.
Fantastic.
I don't care. I'm even more excited about the Spider-Man Insidious 6 more than I am about the Fantastic Four film.
Right, let's see who's in... Okay. Alright, some names that I kind of know. Vaguely.
Vaguely.
Yes,
just about.
Playing the Human Torch, we've got Michael B. Jordan.
Oh yeah, I do know him.
Is that Mike?
No, don't
say it.
No, it's not the basketballer.
Okay.
Don't worry. He did one film, and that was enough. Space Jam.
Space Jam.
Amazing.
Yeah, that was enough. That was amazing.
Why don't you have named after him? I am named after Michael Jordan, the basketball. That's a genuine story.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
That is pretty cool.
But yeah.
And then we've got, as Invisible Woman, Kate Mara, who is in House of Cards.
I need to catch up on it. I've watched one episode and I thought, this looks really
She's
good.
She's the reporter. You know, the young reporter, yeah. Miles Teller is Mr. Fantastic.
Oh, yeah, okay, Miles Teller's quite famous.
Jamie Bell is Thing.
I don't know who that is.
And a guy named Toby Kebbell is Doctor Doom.
Again,
I don't know the others.
I don't care. I'm so beyond caring about Fantastic Four. Yeah. It's unfunny.
I know. I just why? Oh well, yeah, we know why they're making it, but still, why?
Who knows? Yeah. It may turn around and be like, you know what? This actually is incredible. This is an amazing film that just surprised us and did some amazing stuff. But I don't know. I'm not holding hope up.
So
top 10s.
Let's dive into the top 10.
So
number 10.
At number 10 we have Whiplash. Funny thing.
Okay, that's great.
So Whiplash is the story of I can't remember the cast though. So do internet-y stuff.
Yeah.
No, it stars. It's about, let's say, so essentially about this kid drummer who basically gets into like one of those RADA level music schools.
Oh, okay.
And he is instructed by this very intense, very aggressive musician guy, and he's basically put into his back. Like he basically is driving him and driving him.
Yes.
And this guy is like, I mean, I've heard the best way to describe, which was in Mark Burnham's time, a different film radio show. That's not ours.
Yeah.
But you know, it's not it's as good, but we're better because we're us. It's described as a war film. It's literally described as a war film. That's how intense a film it is.
Oh, okay.
Which I think is a really cool description, and I've seen stuff about it. And
is it based on a true story?
No.
Okay.
I don't believe it is. Oh,
probably not.
Speaking of music things, I saw Frank. Have you heard about Frank?
Michael Fassbender.
Yeah, the one with him wearing the papier-mâché head.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
It was amazing. It was
amazing.
It was so funny. It was so funny.
I'm not a huge Fassbender fan, honestly. I think.
What is it today with you and strikes to the heart? First the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Like a not very nice man.
He looks lovely. Except for Shane, where I saw Shane as well recently. That was depressing.
Was that
bad? Again, it's hard to talk about it on here because it's about adult sensitive material. It's an intense film.
All right.
But yeah.
Yeah,
I like Michael Fassbender. I think he's in this.
Miles Teller is in this.
Miles Teller as well.
J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons, who has been, I'm sure he's been nominated for supporting actor.
Probably.
Also, the film itself has been nominated for Best Picture. But yeah, J.K. Simmons plays this intense instructor, and it's about him basically trying to break this kid. Literally trying to break him.
Okay, that sounds intense.
Super intense. I love super intense films.
Also, Melissa Benoist is in it, who is like one of the newbies of Glee that everyone kind of hated.
Alright.
Yeah, just a little Glee fact.
How is the Glee watching going?
It's good, actually. I've just picked it up because season 6 has just started, which is the final season, which has been cut down from like 22 episodes to 10. It's a much more like humble Glee, which is kind of nice because, you know, Glee's always been like over the top a bit. How are high school kids breaking into this dance number with elaborate costumes? Quite
understand how because I mean a lot of shows will say 24 episodes is a lot and you get a lot of filler and you get a lot of episodes going, oh, this is me, you know.
Yeah.
But with Glee, I'd have thought like a high school show wouldn't need 24 episodes to kind of build, because it's meant to be like soap opera style.
Yeah, basically, it sort of breaks up. They have a mid-season break always, and it breaks up like the Glee Club has to like go to different sort of levels of competition. So they've got like regionals and sectionals, or whichever one comes first, and then they've got nationals.
And then they normally lose one and then go back.
And then they win the next year, of course they do. But yeah, it's kind of sad, to be honest with you. Because season 4 and 5 were absolute rubbish, and the thing is, that's the one show that I've been there like from the first episode, and I really want to see it through, and I've sort of grown up with it, and I don't know, like it's sad to see it sort of at the point that it's at.
So is it not good now? Is it still a bit?
It is good. It's just lost, basically, right? Do you know anything about Glee?
I watched the first. When it was on E4, I used to watch it. So
yeah, it's like the first season or so. So, you know, like Rachel Berry is like the main character, really, even though it's like an ensemble cast. And her whole thing was she wanted to be a Broadway star, so she was super annoying about it, like super ambitious, like always wanted the solos. And anyway, like you kind of hate her, but you also kind of love her, and you want her to do well. So in season 3, like, they leave high school, and then in season 4, she's living in New York and goes to, like, this drama school. And then, lo and behold, she gets cast in as, like, the lead of the musical Funny Girl, which I think originally had Barbra Streisand in it, who she loves. And then, anyway, in season 5, like she has her opening night and she goes and does it, but then, it's like she hasn't realised that she's on Broadway now, she has to do this every night, so she kind of gets tired of it. So then she auditions for, like, this TV show, and then she at the end of season 5, it's like she's moving to LA to have a TV show.
So the character who, from the first couple of seasons, was obsessed with Broadway. Musicals exclusively.
She still loves Broadway, it's just she's, like, giving it up, which is crazy and totally not what the character's about. And now, in season 6, she's come back to Ohio, so, like, where she went to school, and is now, because that didn't work out for her, the TV thing flopped. So now she's leading the Glee Club. So it's kind of like if anyone ever saw themselves in, like, Glee, of all its faults, like, has been hugely influential to a lot of young people. Because, like, it's sort of groundbreaking in the whole sort of storylines about, like, gay students and things that they have to go through, and I think a lot of different minorities are represented in it. But then anyone who, like, has a dream now, like, who watches Glee now feels really bad because it's like, oh, well, she ended up in, like, right back where she started. I get it's a lot to do with, like, situation of that storyline was meant to go to, like, Finn, but obviously since Corey Monteith passed away, they, like, the whole thing has been completely, like, had to be completely revamped. And it's sad in that way, and there's also, even whatever storyline Glee does, like, it's all still sad, because you know, like, that's for real. But yeah, it's a lot humbler TV show now, which is nice in a way, and, like, it's nice that they're still doing it, but it's good that it's coming to its final season.
How many episodes has it been in so far?
4, I think, of season 6.
Okay, so it's halfway through then.
I know, and it's kind of, I don't know how it's going to develop, because they've only got 4 members of the new Glee Club, because she's, like, has to restart it from new. So she's basically, like, retelling. It's like with Mr. Schuster all over again.
But so did she lose all the cast of the new generation?
Yeah.
Huh.
Like, apparently, you know, Sue Sylvester, like, she sent them all away.
Oh, right.
You know, they do, like, these OTT sort of storylines. And that's one of them.
Fair enough.
So now they have to restart. So they're getting even newer cast in, which is annoying a lot of people. But it's okay.
Well, then it's in the point if you've only got 10 episodes, because you can't establish them as characters. Because
Exactly.
it's meant to be a big ending. It's meant to be the closure of everything.
Yes, but they've brought a lot, like, they brought all the old cast back pretty much, I think, for some closure, probably.
Okay.
So, like, everyone's there, like, Puck, Mercedes, Kurt, Santana, all of them.
I don't understand how they're there, though, in the
Yeah.
storytelling.
Oh, they don't know.
Because
How do they not have, like... Well, Kurt is the only one still in university, I think.
Right.
Of the, like, Rachel and...
Even though it's only been 2 years? So did they all drop out, or...?
Well, Rachel dropped out to be on Broadway. Blaine, Kurt's boyfriend, dropped out as well. But I think some of the other, like, old characters are still in university.
Oh,
But
okay.
how they can still come, like, be back there for weeks, I don't know. But there's some things coming up which, like, I think probably... Because at the moment, Kurt and Blaine aren't together. Which is, like, huge. Because they're supposed to be the ones always together. And then, also, Brittany and Santana are going to get married. They'll do a lot of young marriage in Glee.
I'm not sure I'm happy about it. Like, as long as I remember, because I got to the bit where just after Rachel left, and I'm not a fan, I would say, of the show. I've just kind of watched it in passing.
Yeah.
But the Santana storyline was, from what I remember, is they broke up. She left.
They did, yes.
Met other people. Like.
Yeah, but they're like all the old couples will eventually get back together.
That's terrible.
Because I think
That's
they feel like they have
terrible.
to give some, like, because obviously they can't do the Rachel and Finn thing now, which was the ultimate couple from the very beginning. But like that's not an option anymore, so they're sort of getting all the old couples back together because Puck and Quinn are now together as well. It's crazy, as Glee always is.
Yeah, I'm glad I tapped out when I did.
Yeah.
Like, as I tapped out, again, tangentially watching, I'm glad I tuned out of that.
Yeah.
When I did.
I just feel like I have a responsibility to be.
Well, yeah, exactly. You have a personal investment in it,
I
so
do.
therefore you must feel like you have to.
I thought, like, it's not as rubbish as I thought it would be as a final season, but yeah, it's a lot more humble. That's the word that I'd use.
Oh well.
Which is sad. How did you get onto Glee?
I don't know. We were talking about Whiplash and music.
Yeah, there we.
Oh no. Girl from this.
Oh
in
yeah,
Glee,
Melissa Benoist.
in Whiplash.
So number 9.
Number 9, we have Birdman. I'm so excited to see Birdman.
I honestly don't know what to think about this movie.
I'm so excited because it's so meta and weird.
It is weird.
Michael Keating, who plays an actor who once played a superhero called Birdman 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Now, but basically, it's destroyed his career as an actor because that's what people associate him with.
Yes.
And him trying to revitalise it. So it's Michael Keating playing Michael Keating, which is, I'm sorry, that in itself has sold me.
Yeah. I've heard great things about it. I've heard, like, some people who've seen it, you know, I've spoken to them and they loved it.
But then also you've got the fact they use it's shot in such a way that it's meant to look like it's one continuous, it's not entirely one continuous take, but it's meant to look like one continuous shot take, which is incredible. That is some really difficult stuff, and I'm really intrigued by that.
I need to see this.
Same. On our list, yeah, that was it's on our list.
I should also see Whiplash, like, I'm up for whenever I can go.
Same.
But Birdman definitely is on the front runner.
But it's also got Emma Stone.
Wow.
Who else is in it? Michael Keating, Emma Stone. I'm sure Miles Teller's in this as well. No, it could be. That would be amazing if Miles Teller's in it.
Honestly.
But yeah,
what if he is? Yeah,
maybe.
that'd be an amazing year for him, to be honest with you.
But yeah.
I don't even know what's he been in before.
I don't know. It's one of those names you kind of know, but you should.
You recognise, but...
But
Right.
But yeah, so that's number 8. I don't know what to say about it.
Edward Norton.
Edward Norton's in it as well.
Zach Galifianakis. And Naomi Watts. Amy Ryan.
So it has an incredible cast.
Yeah.
Like an insanely
incredible
incredible
cast. Galifianakis in my life. Good done.
That's a very specific.
He's great. I really like Zach Galifianakis.
But yeah, I'm really excited to see it. I've been wanting to see it. Birdman.
Let's do it.
At number 8 we have The Gambler. So I've only read one review of it.
I know this film.
It's basically about Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg,
that's
thank
the
you.
one. Yes,
Mark,
I now remember.
Mark Wahlberg, who plays an English teacher who doesn't.
He does, yeah.
Apparently doesn't quite pull that off, but you know.
I think does he like start dating one of his students? Because I think it's like an university.
Yeah, I've heard. I think that's. I don't know much about it because I've only read one review of it so far, and it was not the best review. Like it wasn't the best.
IMDb gives it 6.2 out of 10.
Oh, that's not
46% refresh rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Tomato.
So it's kind
of 56% on Metacritic.
Let's just cancel the film.
Oh yeah, John Goodman is in it. That guy who plays Fred Flintstone in the movies. That's what I know him from best.
You're not selling it to me.
I know.
No, you know, everyone has a black mark on their career.
Yeah, this won't be one that I see.
Yeah, and so basically it's about him. Who is Flintstone's guy's name's
John Goodman.
So John Goodman essentially plays
Frank.
a loan shark. And
Yes.
Marky Mark, who essentially... I keep calling him Marky Mark. I don't think anyone's called him Marky Mark in 20 years.
I love Mark, he's great.
Essentially goes to... he's in a lot of debt because of casino gambling.
Yes.
And essentially goes to him to take a loan out. And it's about the... You know, it's about that.
Is this any sort of Oscar consideration?
No, not one.
That's...
Sorry, that's it. No, it's completely come and gone. It'll disappear because again,
good, so I don't have to see it.
No, not at all. It's got
Good.
Wow, you were not keen on that one.
I like Mark Wahlberg. Like I would watch it.
I like Mark
in a
Wahlberg.
few months. Like if someone says, "Oh, I got the DVD" or something. But
I like Mark Wahlberg, but that still means I'm not going to see Transformers 4.
Gosh, yeah. Oh, we're not going down.
Sorry, yeah, we won't go
Michael
down the Jordan hates Michael Bay thing.
Yes.
Which, yeah.
He who must not be named ever on this radio show.
Speaking of people who should not be named,
gosh.
number 7, Mordecai. Mordecai is based off a series of books, which essentially is like Jeeves and Wooster.
Oh, is this the Johnny Depp? Oh, God. I think Johnny Depp's just having a hard time right now because...
I think he needs a break. I think he needs
Tim Burton and
isms and
Helena Bonham Carter separated, so he's feeling a little lost.
I just think he's at the point now where I don't know. He was, and he probably is still an incredible actor, and did interesting and different things, but also did, good and powerful performances. And he's lost that now. He essentially, the curse of Captain Jack has affected his entire career between
that is true, actually.
Mordecai and the Lone Ranger. It's just at that point where it's like, you need to take a break, a refresh, go and do some indie films or something. Start again.
Like, he is a really good actor, but as you say, that's happened to him.
It's also got Mark Strong in it.
Who's that?
Mark Strong. If it is Mark Strong. Again, this is the highest level of radio organisation. I'm sure it's Mark Strong who plays his butler. I'm pretty sure.
Oh gosh, it's got really bad ratings as well.
Yeah, it's not
on
been the best received.
Ewan McGregor, Gwyneth Paltrow we have.
Yep, Gwyneth Paltrow, who plays his wife.
Olivia Munn.
Don't know.
Paul Bettany.
Paul Bettany! Not Mark Strong, Paul Bettany plays his butler.
Oh,
and he's essentially like the Jeeves and Wooster. Yeah. He's the clever one, and Mordecai is the slightly...
okay.
Paul Bettany, who will also be in the upcoming Avengers film.
Really?
Yep.
Do we know who he's playing? Like anyone really important?
I think... Oh, he's playing Vision.
Nice.
But I'm not going to tell you who Vision is. I'm going to leave that open to the...
Okay.
But yeah, I'm not going to see this.
Basically, this number 8?
Number 7?
Right, I won't see this for me. It's not my kind of thing.
It's just there's nothing to it. There's nothing to sell it. It's already come into the chart at number 7. It's not going to...
Oh, is that its debut? Oh,
yeah. 1 week, it's made 104,000. 404,000, sorry.
It got 12% on Rotten Tomatoes, like, for goodness sake.
It'll disappear as quickly as it did.
Yeah.
Speaking of things that should never disappear and should stay in the top 10 forever and ever.
Yes.
Paddington.
Oh, it's still around.
It's still there. Number 6 is Paddington. I love this film. If you haven't seen this film by now,
sorry.
Your Christmas would have been made more magical by seeing Paddington.
Yeah, I've heard really great things about it from yourself and like from other people, but I don't know. I don't have like that personal attachment. Hopefully, I will when I see it.
It's incredible, genuinely incredible. That's all I have to say.
Okay,
it's amazing.
Fair dues. I'll give.
I've said all I've said before on previous episodes. So we're going to go to number 5 with Ex Machina. Again, not an Oscar film, but a film I would have liked to have seen.
Yeah, stuff like this creeps me out a lot.
Oh, you're not mad into like weird, uber sci-fi kind of...
I do like it. Like, I will watch it, but it still kind of creeps me out.
Yeah, it's good. I speaking of creeping out, I recently saw Under the Skin. That is a weird... I won't talk much about it because it's just so strange.
Yeah.
And yet, also nothing happens. It's, weird film. It essentially stars, that one stars Scarlett Johansson as an alien who comes to Earth. And weird stuff happens, and that's all I'm going to say.
Oh, I don't like the sound of that.
But yeah, Ex Machina. So Ex Machina is the story of a guy who essentially works for this company, and because of a raffle lottery win, he gets to go to see the guy who, the genius behind the company, and goes to visit him.
He lives like in isolation, doesn't he?
And basically he wants him to do the Turing test.
Yeah. Which,
of course, for those who saw, people should generally know it, but for those who saw, oh my goodness, The Imitation Games. You should know the Turing test from Alan Turing is to prove whether a machine has the capacity for feelings and stuff like that. And so essentially this guy goes to see this machine, sort of machine, and see whether it, is human. And it's a 3-hander, complex psychological film.
It does look, I've seen the trailer, and it does look really intense and really interesting.
See, I love that sort of thing. I love the weird
psychological... Yeah, I bet it will be really good. And I will probably see it in due course, but it's not something that's at the top of my list.
Okay, that's fair.
But it does have, is it Donald Gleeson?
Donald Gleeson, yeah.
He's great. So he's Brendan Gleeson's son.
Yep, Donald.
Also played Bill Weasley in the Harry Potter series.
Well...
Kind of.
no, he did play Bill Weasley. I'm not disputing that, but yeah.
How much he had to act, I don't know. But he was present.
He was present,
and that's all that matters.
But yeah, I'm so looking forward to Ex Machina. I'm so that's definitely something I need to go and see. Speaking of things which I probably should see, although I'm not going to. I'm not sure. It might be an Oscar contender for something, so I might have to. Into the Woods.
Oh yeah, I won't be seeing this. I'm not a huge fairy tale fan, and I think it's that sort of... I didn't see Maleficent.
I like Maleficent.
Is that, yeah. I just find it's probably going to be along the same sort of lines. I don't know. It's not my... I've heard
good things about it. I've heard bad things about it. Again, Johnny Depp's in it, being very weird, and yeah, he plays the wolf.
Chris Pine's in it, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Apparently he's funny in it.
I just don't know. I'm not a massive musicals guy, and so
it's a musical.
yeah. Oh, yes, it is. That's pretty much.
So Meryl Streep's in it. Obviously a pro. Gotta love a bit of Meryl. James Corden is in it.
Oh, he is.
Kristen Wiig, is she in it? Is that the right?
Christian Wiig.
Yeah, is that the same? I've got like 2 or 3 ladies who look exactly the same to me.
I'm not sure. Christian, the name doesn't. I know the name, but I can't think. I can't. My brain's not linking her to anything at the minute.
Oh, there are literally 2 or 3 actresses who look exactly the same, bar like hair colour. Let's see. Anna Kendrick's in it as well. Emily Blunt.
Emily Blunt's in it.
Christian Wiig looks exactly like her. Did you not see that?
No. Again, I maybe it's because I can't remember what Christian Wiig looks like, but I know Emily Blunt very, very well. You know, I've seen a lot of her stuff, but
yeah.
My God.
She does pretty much. She looks like they look like each other.
Fair enough.
But yeah, quite an all-star cast, really. Chris Pine, a few other like non-celebs, I guess.
But yeah, I would see it. I might see it on like I don't know, DVD or streaming or something.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to cinema to that because I neither have the time nor the care to see such a.
Yeah, fair enough.
Number 4.
Yeah.
Number 3. Sorry, we have Theory of Everything.
Yay! I've seen this.
Have you?
Such a great movie.
Okay, give us a full review of it.
It's about Stephen Hawking, pretty much more about his relationship with his wife, Jane, his first wife, and it's so sad, as you can imagine that it is, but in a way that it's not sort of making you feel sorry for him, like it's not that sort of, like, but anyway, Eddie Redmayne as Stephen Hawking, great performance. It's sort of, like, he gives such a convincing performance, you almost feel like I don't know how to phrase it without it being really offensive sounding.
You understand, you understand the suffering of his disability and how it cripples his body.
I've seen a few sort of behind the scenes clips where he's playing Stephen Hawking in like the later stages of his condition, and then like they call cut and he like comes out of it and he's crying and it's so.
Oh my God!
I can imagine that it really is an emotional struggle in you as an actor. Like, not talking about, obviously Stephen Hawking has to go through that day-to-day life, anyway, but, like, taking on such a project as an actor is serious, I don't know, like, that is a serious emotional...
Huge thing, yeah.
Journey to go through, to be honest with you.
Really intense. Again, it's why it deserves an Oscar nod, you know, why it got nominated.
Yeah, it definitely deserves heavy consideration, really. But both Eddie Redmayne and Felicity Jones, who plays his wife, she's amazing. Like, she's kind of a subtle character compared to Stephen Hawking, but really, really well done. Like, and the relationship between them, there's such great chemistry between them. It's great, and it plays from just before he's diagnosed, when they kind of meet in college in Oxford or Cambridge. I can't remember. There's one. I think he's
Cambridge.
Yeah, I think he's kicked out of Oxford or something.
Oh, maybe.
He, like, changes to and now he's in Cambridge at the start of the film.
Okay.
It's at that point in his life, and it's just when they meet, and then he gets diagnosed, and then they get married, have children, and it's really, really nice film.
God.
It's got great cinematography in it as well. I think, like, really nice.
I really want to see it. I'm desperate. Did you see the Benedict Cumberbatch TV drama they did of it?
No, I haven't.
You see, I haven't seen that either, but I'm really intrigued to do a comparison of them.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, actually.
Because, again, it's a very powerful... You know, it's the greatest man in the world, you know, the most intelligent man in the world, and yet he has the most crippling thing, you know, most crippling, awful disease that anyone can have.
Exactly.
Like, that's a very powerful thing to work with. It would be
interesting to compare both of the productions, actually.
Yeah.
There's also sort of humour to it as well, because I read about Stephen Hawking that... well, I think it's plain like he is a man who doesn't let, he hasn't let his condition sort of hold him back. And I read something funny that he was like known for his like careless, crazy wheelchair driving, and they show that in the film, which is really funny. But there's all like this light-hearted moments, but there's also really harrowing moments as well. There's one particular moment that really got me, which isn't a spoiler really, but just when he's sort of, I don't know how fast it progresses really timeline-wise. But
just to explain, sorry, for those... For the few people that don't know, so Stephen Hawking suffers from motor neuro, a form of motor neuro disorder, so which basically, bit by bit, breaks his muscles down, so he's no longer able to use the use of basically everything from his neck down.
By now, he's, well, obviously confined to a wheelchair. He can't speak, and I read, like, he uses a voice box.
A speaking box.
Yeah, and apparently he only uses like a muscle in his cheek now to control it. Like that's the extent.
The last time I heard, it was he had use of his like a finger and a thumb, and he could do that. But I didn't even realise.
I know, right? But they say it in the film, and it's true that your life expectancy is like 2 years. Like my grandpa, my paternal side had it, and he lived for 2 years and then died. But it's just crazy that Stephen Hawking is still alive at like 72, something like that.
Yeah, it's
insane, isn't it? Which is great.
Like, incredible.
And like the contribution he's made to like
science,
it's
society and stuff like that.
I saw someone on the internet comment that she didn't like the film because it just turned away, like they didn't give enough focus to his achievements. But I think there's a lot of stuff that's been, like productions before that's been done.
I've heard that. I've heard it focuses more on him as a person, as to him.
It does, and it's really nice. And it does, like, I think the summary that it's given on most websites is that it is about the relationship between him and his wife, which is, I think, is a really nice take on it. And because, the one bit that really got me that I was saying was, there's this bit where he's using a cane by this point. I don't know if he's in his wheelchair by this point, but he can't go up the stairs properly, so he has to like come down on his bum. And they have people over, because I think he's just received his PhD, and so his friends are over at their house, and he has a child by now, and he like can't eat properly either. Like he has to sort of bend forward to like use his cutlery and stuff, and it's a really sad moment. Like he's sort of dragging himself up the stairs, and his 1-year-old, 2-year-old son is standing at the top, like behind like baby railings, and it's really sad. Like it's a moment where all like fathers always want to seem sort of like their child's hero, or you know, the one who can always be there to protect them. But I know that his son at that age wouldn't really understand. But still, for
being a father,
like
horrifying.
For Stephen Hawking, or Eddie Redmayne as Stephen Hawking in that scene anyway. It's like, kind of horrifying, like, for him to know that his son has seen him like that. I just thought that was really sad.
Yeah. Wow.
But it does sort of complement the harsher side of it with light-hearted moments. And then I just read, an interview with Eddie Redmayne about, there's a bit where that was meant to be improvised between him and his wife, because they have to move the bed downstairs to the kitchen. Because he can't handle the stairs anymore. And there's a really nice, like, improvised scene between them, which I won't say any more about, but it's really nice.
Well, I need to see this.
There's
no beating around the bush.
It's hard to talk about stuff like that. Like,
it's so even talking about it, I'm like, I need to see it. It's so desperate. Again, it'd be like me talking about the Imitation Game. If I haven't sold you on the Imitation Game, then that was something that at the time then I failed, because again, you need to see these sorts of films. These are very powerful.
They are
truly like world-changing.
I hope it gets the Oscar, but I haven't seen Imitation Game yet, and I think those are the runners.
The issue with them in terms of Best Picture is they're very powerful stories to tell.
Yeah.
But the thing about the Oscar has to weigh up stylistic stuff as well as narrative.
Yeah, so I haven't seen Imitation Game, so it's hard for me to say, actually.
So, I don't know. I will see all of them, and then we'll do a proper Oscar episode.
But Theory of Everything is definitely
strong contender. I've had a lot of backbone behind it.
Really good film.
So, at number 2, we have Taken 3. Is there anything to say about left? Is there anything left to say about Taken and Liam Neeson? I love Liam Neeson.
Yeah, same.
Like, Liam Neeson was an incredible actor. You look at things like Schindler's List, and even silly stuff like Love Actually, or I'm trying to think of something which was before he became Liam Neeson, the action star. You know, he had this very prolific career, and I like him as the action star. I liked the first Taken film. I liked. And it wasn't Mad on Unknown, but it was okay. I like he's very plausible as like an older actor. That's a really interesting thing to do. But Taken 2 was a direct-to-DVD sequel of Taken 1 that somehow got a... No, it should have been a direct-to-DVD sequel. And Taken 3 is the direct-to-DVD sequel of the direct-to-DVD sequel of Taken 1. At this point, Taken 3 is so far away. At least Taken 1 had a thing of, you know what, this is classic exploitation cinema. You know, Liam Neeson goes in, kills a lot of people, rescues his daughter. It's simple, you know, and gritty. Mm-hmm. And Taken 3 is just something else. It's something other. And it gets to a point where you're just like, I don't care. I don't even want to talk about it, because it's a stupid film that shouldn't be at number 2.
How is it? Well, it's just it's the general audience again who are just like, yay, action!
Yeah.
Let's go!
But it's not even that good an action. 2/3 of the film, no one dies. Like, people get injured, but no one dies because it's gone down to like a 12. The first one, I think, was an 18. The second one was a 15. This one's a 12, I think. Might have been the first two might have been 15. There was a lot of stuff in the first one which could have made it an 18.
Yeah.
But maybe it was a 15. But the point is, this is a 12 at this point. And no one cares. And we're going to move on, because I'm going to... Liam Neeson, I love you. Do better films.
Why do this to us?
Will you see it? You won't see it, will you? You'll never see it.
No.
Make me the promise.
Yeah,
Promise me you'll never see Taken.
I think one of my friends wants to see it, so I will go with them. Well, I won't have. Well, I have an unlimited card now, so I'll. Just,
you have the power to.
Yeah, I have the power to do it, and yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, number 1 is our other Oscar contender, and the very not controversial, but controversial in terms of being nominated for an Oscar, American Sniper.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what to say, honestly.
Well, I'll get to that in a second. So, just to let the radio audience know, I have been filming for my vlog.
Yeah, we've got a...
I've been trying to do it very subtly and silently, but I think since we got to... I was trying to get to number 1, and then I could stop it, because it's been running a while. But yeah, I've been doing a vlog, cross-promotion, for my channel. It's called Diary of a Dramatic Renegade.
Nice.
Yeah. There is, yeah.
Quite lyrical.
Yeah. And so, yeah, I've been doing a vlog a day for that, and I thought today I would do a little filming in the studio for today's vlog. So, but I'm going to end that now, and I'm going to actually talk about American Sniper. So
I'm scared to talk about it, really.
It's a very complex film, but
I haven't seen it. Read a lot of commentary about it. A lot of different opinions.
It's a controversial film at best, but I think it's less controversial than it needs. Okay.
Yeah.
First of all, bye camera. Take care, Fion. We may see you a little bit next week. Bye.
So, what do you think?